Hello students, before starting today's topic, let us listen a story based on the topic. There were two friends, Rohan and Sohan. They both were playing in the ground. While playing, what happened? Rohan get injured and they both ran towards their house and told to their parents that Rohan get injured. And what his father did, his father took out a box on which a red color mark is there. I hope all of you have seen this mark. This mark was there on that box, red color, and through that box he took out the cotton and some medicines and apply over that wound and told Sohan that no need to call the doctor. So what is this red plus sign? Do you know? This red plus sign is known as first aid. So today we are going to see what is first aid and how we can give first aid to an injured person. So first aid is an help given to an injured person before the doctor comes. So what is first aid? We can define first aid, the help given to an injured person before the doctor arrives. Before the doctor come or arrive. So this is the definition of first aid. Means if you are calling doctor, so it will take 5 to 10 minutes or it can also take 30 minutes to reach the doctor. So before that we can do few things to cure the person or the person who is injured. In this way we can save the person from the germs. Now we will see this first aid. What are the first aid given for different purpose? Means for different kind of injuries, what first aid we can give. First aid box. This red plus sign is drawn on first aid box. This sign is of red color. This is generally drawn on first aid box. So first you note down, then we will see first one by one what we can do for a particular type of injury. Now we will see what should we need to do when we got small cut or small wound. So first we will see for wound or small cut. What are the things, what are the first aid we can give to this person who got wound or small cut? So first of all we need to know that why we need to give this first aid as soon as possible. See, these germs, as we have read in last chapter, the germs are responsible for various diseases. So our whole body is covered with skin. This skin is protecting us from the germs. As soon as the wound or the cut happens to our body, the germs are directly getting inside our blood. So to stop the germs to enter inside our body or direct mix with the blood, we need to give first aid as soon as possible so that these germs will not cause any various disease. So what first thing we need to do? Wash the wound or cut. First of all we need to clean the area where there is cut. If suppose there is cut, so I have to clean this area either with clean water or with antiseptic liquid so that there will not be any germs. If germs is present, they will washed away. So first of all, we need to wash the wound area with either water or with antiseptic liquid like Dettol or Savlon. Now second thing, of course there is cut or wound, so blood is coming out. We need to stop the blood now. So what we will do? Apply cotton. Or sterilized gas. We can apply cotton or sterilized gas dipped in antiseptic like Dettol, and we can apply this gas over the wound or cut where there is blood, and now in this way we can stop the flow of blood. If cut or wound is too much, so take a piece of thick cotton and apply some pressure over the wound area so that blood will not flow. So third, what we can do? Apply pressure. We are applying pressure so that blood can stop flowing and there will not be any damage, any loss of blood in your body. So for that we will apply the pressure so that flow of blood can be stopped. And now then also if blood is not stopping flowing, so we need to go contact to the doctor and take help from the doctor. Now next thing what we need to do, while playing, if you are getting injured, so you must have a tetanus vaccine, because tetanus is a very dangerous disease, so better you take a tetanus vaccine. As soon as possible you take this tetanus vaccine from the doctor. First you note down, then we will see next one. Now, what are the first aid we need to give if a person got some burnings or if any area of the skin burns? Now we will see first aid for burn. First and most important thing what we have to do, wherever the burn is there, which part of the body burns, apply cold water or ice on that part. Cold water or ice over that part. Now second, if burning area is getting blisters, means bubble like swelling is there, so never break that blister, because in that liquid is present that will cure the cure the area which is burned. So never break the blister. And one more thing which you should not do, do not apply any kind of oil, any kind of spray on burning area. Do not apply spray or oil over burnt area. And last, what you need to do, if your cloth catches fire, so you need to lay down and roll your body so that fire can be off. If cloth get fire, so lay down over the ground and roll. And roll your body. In this way you can protect your body up to some extent. If burn is too much damaging your body, so you need to contact the doctor as soon as possible. Now note down, then we will see next one. Now we will see first aid for bites and sting. Bites. If any of the animal is biting you or scratching your skin, so first of all what you need to do, clean that area with clean cotton, clean water and with soap. So first thing what you will do, if any animal is biting you or scratching you, first clean it with clean cotton, or if cotton is not available you can also use clean cloth. Soap and water. Clean that particular area as soon as possible before the arrival of doctor. And next thing what you need to do, take that person immediately to the doctor and consult to the doctor that what you need to do the next step. So first thing you need to clean the area and then immediately contact to the doctor. Next he will tell that what to do. The thing which can happen through this animal, through the bite of animal, through the scratching of animal, is a very dangerous disease. Second thing what you need to do is to take an injection or vaccination of rabies. Rabies is a very dangerous disease, so as soon as possible take this vaccination of rabies. Next we will see what you need to do when snake bite. What you need to do when snake bites. The very dangerous poison of snake is venom. This venom is very dangerous poison present in snake. With the help of this, any person can die also. So, what are the first aid we can take care when snake bites? First of all, what we need to do, keep that area still. Means we need not to move that area to stop the flow of blood, so that the poison will not circulate in the body. So what we need to do is, suppose here snake bite, so I need to keep this area still. I need not to move my hand up and down. I have to keep my hand like this so that blood will not flow and will not reach to the other parts of the body. If in leg the snake is biting, suppose like this is your leg, so if in this leg snake is biting, you have to keep this leg still. Need not to move it like this. It should be like this. To make it like this only, what you can do, with this leg you can tie rods so that this leg will not fold and the blood will not flow. So you need to keep that area still when snake bites. And snake bite, keep that area still. And immediately take the person to the hospital as soon as possible, because we cannot do anything. The doctor will let you know that what to do. And next, and the last one, sting. Sting means like honeybees are there. They are leaving a sting inside our body, means a small portion of their body, like small stick, they are living inside our body. That small thing is known as sting. And what we can do for this sting? First of all, we need to remove that sting very carefully and clean that area with water, and we can apply bleaching powder over that. So, and it will give relief to our body and swelling will not take place. And to also stop the swelling, what we can do, we can keep an ice pack over that sting area. Wherever there is a sting, we can keep an ice pack to stop the swelling. So two things we can do for this. First of all, we will remove the sting. And second thing what we can do, keep ice pack. It will give relief and it will help you to reduce the swelling. These things we can do for bites and stings from the animals. First you note down, then we will see next. Now we will see what are the first aid we can give a person who is getting sprain and fractures. So first of all, we need to know what is this sprain and fracture. Sprain means an injury to our muscles near the bone. If suppose inside my finger bone is also present and muscles is also present, so here near the bone, if any muscles is damaging, if any muscles is injured, that is known as sprain. If my bone is damaging or breaking of bone is happening, so that is known as fracture. So breaking of bone is known as fracture and injury to muscles is known as sprain. Now what are the first aid we can give for sprain and fracture? So first of all, if you come to know that there is injury in bone or muscles, first of all allow that person to lie down on the ground. Allow that person to lie down on the ground. Now second thing, keep that area still. We can take the help of pillow, like there is injury in leg bone, so we can keep pillow below the leg so that that leg can be still. Next thing, we can apply ice pack. Wherever there is fracture or sprain, we can apply ice pack. And one more thing we need to know that is, do not massage that area. Wherever there is a sprain or fracture, need not to massage that area. And as soon as possible, consult to a doctor. He will tell you what to do next. So note down this one. Now we will see what is heat stroke and what are the first aid we can give to a person who is having heat stroke. When people are moving around in summer outside of their home for many hours, then there is loss of water from their body. This loss of water can cause dehydration of their body, and this is only known as heat stroke. What happens in heat stroke? They are feeling faint or giddy. Faint means they cannot see clearly or they cannot listen clearly. Giddy means chakkar aana. They are not feeling well and they are thinking that all things around something is moving on. So, and what happened? They are also getting headache and high fever in this heat stroke, and there is loss of water and mineral from their body. And there is loss of water and mineral from their body. This condition is known as dehydration. This condition is known as dehydration, in which there is excessive loss of water from the body. And why there is excessive loss? Because when we are moving out in summer, there is too much sweat is coming out from the body. That sweat is taking out water from the body and as well as mineral also. That's why we are having dehydration. Now what we need to do to come up from this condition of dehydration? We can give ORS to that person who is having this dehydration. ORS full form is oral rehydration solution. Oral rehydration solution. And how can we make this oral rehydration solution? 4 spoons of sugar, 1 spoon salt, and and this we will add in 1 liter of water. This we will add in 1 liter of water. If we want, we can also add few lemon drops. And in this way oral rehydration solution will be ready. We can give this solution to the person who is having dehydration in between continuously 2-3-4 hours. Or what we can do, who is having this dehydration, we can keep his head cool by keeping a cool cloth, dipping into the cold water and continuously changing the cloth with cold water, so that the temperature of the person who is having dehydration can come down, and in this way we can take care from this dehydration. 3 more things we can do. Allow that person to lie down in a cool room so that his temperature can come down, and we can also apply ice pack to that particular person, and do not crowd around the person who is having dehydration. Do not stand around him. Let the area be open so that he can breathe in and he can get fresh air. So this is the first aid we can do for heat stroke. Now we will see what are the precautions we can keep for this nosebleed. First of all, we need to know how this nosebleed can happen. Due to much heat in summers, this nose bleeding can happen. Due to injury near your nose, this nose bleeding can happen. And this nose bleeding can also happen due to the burst of blood vessels inside the nose. If any blood vessels is bursting, so continuously nose bleeding will start. So what are the things we can do for it? First of all, who is getting this nose bleeding, allow that person to sit up straight. That person should sit up straight and put his head somewhat upward so that this blood will not flow too much. Next, we can press the bridge of nose. Here is the bridge of nose. We can press this bridge of nose so that blood will not flow and we can stop the blood. Next, we can apply ice pack. Here we can apply ice pack so that this area will cool down and here it will not give much blood. Next, we should not blow the person who is having this nose bleeding. That person should not blow her nose for a day. Who is having nose bleeding need not to blow air through the nose for 1 or 2 days, so that the injury which is there in nose, that can be covered up. So note down. Now we will see what is choking and what are the first aid we can give for choking. When something blocks the windpipe through which we breathe, then this is called choking. When something blocks the windpipe, we cannot breathe in. And it can be very dangerous for us. So we need to take quick action. First of all, there is automatic function in our body. When this windpipe is blocking with something, so we are automatically coughing so that blockage can be removed. If that is not working, so we need to take a quick action. Let us see what we can do for choking. First thing, stand behind the person who is having that choking. Stand behind the person and hold him with your arm. Hold the person from your arm through the waist, and then you have to try to push inward that abdomen, below the abdomen area, so that we can remove whatever is there. We can remove it. Make a fist thumb inwards and against the person's abdomen, and your wrist should be against the person's abdomen, and you have to push inwards so that whatever blockage is there, by applying pressure it will come out and the person can breathe in. Grasp with other hand and press. If you cannot press it with one hand, Take the help of other hand and press inward so that whatever is blocking it can come out and the person can breathe in freely. Note down, then we will see next. Now the last topic is first aid box. For first aid, we need this first aid box, and first aid box should be ready in your home as well as in your classroom also. So what are the things we can keep in this first aid box? Let us see. First of all, there should be one antiseptic lotion like Savlon or Dettol. Second, scissor should be there. Third, tweezer. Fourth, bandage. Fifth, band-aids. Sixth, calamine lotion. Seventh, sterile cotton and gauze, and some clean cloth also. But remember, do not keep medicines in the first aid box. Whatever eating medicines given by doctor, we need not to keep that in the same box. Make a list of phone numbers of people you can call for the help and keep that list also in the box. You can also keep a thermometer in the first aid box to measure the temperature of the body. The tube inside a thermometer has a small band which does not let the mercury to come down. In the thermometer there is a liquid that is known as mercury, and there is a small band which do not let this mercury to come down. So give the thermometer a couple to shake to sharp jerks to bring the mercury down. Then place the bulb of the thermometer under the tongue and wait for a minute. Take the thermometer out of the mouth. If the mercury rises past the arrow mark on the glass, you have a fever. There is already a function given in the thermometer. Already there is a mark made in the thermometer. If the thermometer is showing below the mark or above the mark, that means there is something wrong with your body's temperature and you need to consult with the doctor. Only this much in this video. I hope you understood this first aid chapter very clearly. If you understood, and for watching more videos, subscribe to my channel and do comment and share with your friends. Thank you for watching the video.